Hello everyone, this is Joy Truscott from Soul Awakening South Africa, and it's lovely just to come and share a few more ideas with you. One of the things that I've been working with a great deal is the whole story around the patterns, the repetitive patterns that we seem to bring into our lives, and the monotonous repetition of these. It just seems to come up in our lives, same dysfunctional patterns. And try as we might, they seem to just keep coming in. And in a way, it almost, we can almost laugh at ourselves because we almost know that this pattern is what is going to come towards us. It's as if we're beginning to set these up, these patterns and these rhythms that seem to hang around, linger, and demand our attention by being persistently there and persistently evident in our lives. So what is that about? And I've been working with a lot of beautiful people around the patterns that have been showing up in their own lives, and looking through some of the early memories. It's remarkable to see how these patterns seem to come in at a very, very early age. And it goes a lot with the way we seem to think, the way we construct our worldview, and the way the worldview, the world perception has been given to us or offered to us. And we seem to come into these intervals of understanding. And each time we get into a new experience, it seems that we kind of do the same pattern. We know that this is not helpful. We know this is not for our highest good, and yet we just cannot seem to help ourselves. So looking at that, I want to experiment with a thought and let you see if you can stretch your thoughts to this as well. Is it possible that some of these patterns that are showing up in our own lives are not so much about our own lives, but could really be the kind of things that we are here to be paying attention to? It might very well be that these so-called destructive patterns that are coming in are simply markers that are awakening us to start paying attention to ancient markers, ancient belief systems, roles, behaviors, and these are still hanging around, begging for us to release them back to light and love through forgiveness, and then to redeem that space, open that space into deep gratitude. I wonder why it is that they hold so persistently. And yet, when we face these patterns, these destructive, and we begin to just stop, stand still, not run away, not hide our heads, and we begin to just look at them and try and unwrap them a little bit. Somehow, when we do that, we take the power out of them. And the minute we do that, we're able to come to a new way of sitting with that which has probably been tormenting us through many, many experiences. So one of the things that we could look at is just a simple chord. And I'm pretty sure that most of us find this one inside of us resonating in some way or the other. And let's say it's guilt, and I choose guilt because earlier this week that really does seem to come up quite a bit. So let's do guilt, and let's talk about how we have this burden of guilt that seems to linger around, make us feel less than what we are, sad about who we are, and really judge ourselves in a way that is far too harsh. Guilt is one of those ancient beliefs or structures that is settled in to almost everybody's psyche. And it comes from having to feel that there is something hidden, something that has not been able to be revealed, or something that we just cannot face or own up to. So we bury it deep inside. And then that guilt, the guilt about what it is that wasn't forgiven, wasn't released, wasn't brought back to light and love, or that which has stayed in the dark, that seems to nudge deep down inside of us. And somehow it takes a hold inside of our bodies. It's a terrible burden for us to hold any kind of pain inside of our bodies. And pain, when we really begin to unwrap it, it starts to connect with emotional connections, ancient connections that perhaps we don't even know about. Our ancient people, our grandparents, great-grandparents, those who knew great suffering, those who felt very guilty about perhaps feeling inadequate, unable to make anything different, unable to defend or protect, unable to be relied upon, or for those who just walked away and then the guilt that came through that. This guilt that lingers can hold into our psyche, and it can become something that is a deep resonating pain. And even if we cannot understand it fully in our own life, the depth of that guilt or the depth of that painful emotion is telling us that this feeling is not ours alone. Even though we might have experienced some form of guilt somewhere along the line in our own life journey, I can guarantee you that most of that guilt, most of that sensation or that awareness of it is very much a pass on, an energy imprint that is being given to us from the ancients in our line. So what are we to do with this? So we're using guilt as an example. The best and the most wonderful way is to take your own life journey, look at it for what it is. Look what is unfolding. And even the experiences that seem to frighten you or horrify you, or those that you want to just run away from or hide back into a dark closet, if we can just pull those out and stand and look at them and allow them to be seen by us from all angles, without hiding, without feeling shame or blame, without feeling criticism or judgment. If we can just bring them out, expose them to the light, right there, we've already begun to diminish them. There is not one of us who is living a life that is without blame or without some sort of shame or some kind of hardship. We are all on this journey of discovery. So it is okay that all of us can bring our deep pain and our deep sorrows, and we can just bring them to light. And if we can hold them there long enough, it's amazing how quickly they just dissipate, how quickly they wither away. Their hold disappears. Their hold that has been strangling us somehow seems to disappear. The greatest gift that you can give yourself in all of this is to not attach any more emotion, thoughts, or perceptions to what it is that is lingering inside of you. Because if we attach in any way or identify in any way, we are then becoming the same vibration that has been going on through eons of time. It is time for us to elevate outside of that vibration, and guilt, shame, loathing, persecution, betrayal, neglect, the endless cause have very, very low vibrations. They stay in the dark and they stay hidden. And that is where these deep, resonating pains just take a great hold on us. So bring these out, recognize them, and give yourself some credit for doing that. Breathe through the pain. Breathe through the hardship of this known pain that you've now been exposed, you've been allowed to bring to light. When we bring it to light, we bring it to love. And when we give that love back to ourselves, I love who I am no matter what. We remember that we are the very breath of God. If we can remember that, then everything we are experiencing is only an experience. It's what we attach to it that makes it more than that, that cripples us in the process of trying to live this beautiful life journey. So may you find great peace as you begin to unwrap those deep hidden pains inside of you. It's a glorious journey as we begin to do this. There is so much more life that we can experience. And I really and truly wish that you would find your way through to begin getting into that deep inner peaceful core of your own being, inner peace. May you be blessed upon this walk. May the imprint that you leave upon this earth leave an impression that is felt deep within this earth. And then imagine that the soles of the feet of all those still to come down your line could feel that impression, feel that imprint into the soles of their feet, and then absorb it up into the souls of their being. What a glorious picture that is. What a beautiful imprint to leave, to release the legacy of pain in our ancestral line, to bring it to light, to bring it to love. Some of these ideas and thoughts came to me as an enormous download of such impact. I wrote it in this book a great deal. This book was kind of nudged into my awareness. So it's called A Journey to Remember, and you can find it on Amazon, and it will help you. It will help you a great deal in understanding what these very painful cords are and how we can release them, and how our own life experience is of such great value as we begin to release these deep, painful cords. So there we are. That's it for now, and much love, light, and may you be blessed. Thank you for listening in, and take care.